Tell me about, they were great words that you spoke of at the opening ceremony. If you can, just talk a little bit about the meaning behind what you said, and if you could just touch on what you said.
Well, it's a wonderful time of year when we lead up to powwow time, whether it's in this community or in any community. There's that sort of a buzz that happens. And as you can see, our staff, our public works, how they make this place looks impeccable. And I have to first of all put a shout out to all of our staff and our public works for always making this site look beautiful as it is. And it's an important time historically. You know, at one time the federal government, the Canadian government, the imperial government, you name it, they didn't want us to celebrate, and they didn't want us to pay homage to our traditions and to our history. And they outlawed these kind of events, and shame on Canada for doing that. And here we are, all these years later, being able to do this. And I always remind people of that fact, that the Canadian government, the British government, the imperial government, the home government, whatever you want to do, they tried to stomp our traditions out of our people and turn us into something else. And you know, I always reflect on that all these generations later, we're able to celebrate as we do. And it's a reflection on our resiliency, not only here in Alderville but all across Turtle Island. It's a reflection on our resiliency and our determination to never ever give up what we were and what we always be.
Mixed emotion day for you with what happened yesterday with the election?
Yep, that's politics. I never make any presumptions. That's politics. So I wish, I know you'll never know what it's like to be chief until you become chief. You'll never know what one has to deal with. So I wish them all the best of luck. I know what they're going to be dealing with. I know what I had to deal with when I came into the chief's office. And I'll be honest and say that I paid the price physically. Physically, I paid the price. And health-wise, I paid the price of 4 years of a great weight on my shoulders. When you care about a community, when you care about your community, you should feel the weight. And I know that I have paid the price, and I'm proud to have paid the price.
You've accomplished a lot. In the brief, I've known you for a number of years before you were chief and that, but I mean, you've accomplished a lot before you were chief, when you were chief. Anything that stands out?
Well, the one thing that I'm proud of and will always be proud of is how we've purchased new lands to add to our reserve. Under the 2018 Williams Treaty Settlement Agreement, we negotiated a 11,000 acre legal land entitlement, and I've been adamant about acting on that. And under my leadership, we've added around approximately 835 acres to our land holdings. So that's a huge piece that I'll always be proud of. And the council always supported those endeavors. And then, you know, under the surface, there's just a lot of administrative challenges that we dealt with, be it a salary grid, be it human resources, all those things that go unnoticed and unknown. We tackled so many issues, and to make Alderville First Nation a better place, but also to make the organization a better place.
One last question. Is the respect for Indigenous people getting better? Because it seems to be like, you know, you look at the people out here every year, it keeps getting bigger and bigger. People want to know, like I've asked you before, sometimes, you know, you're almost afraid to ask, but you've always been open with questions. So is that, do you see that getting the respect there?
Yeah, I do see that our First Nations and our history and the issues that we deal with every day, I see that has gained a lot of respect, and there's a much stronger momentum behind that publicly. You're always going to have your naysayers. You're going to always have that. You know that, Pete. But I've been at this a long time, and I can remember over 25 years ago hosting cultural heritage tours in Alderville First Nation, and there was always an interest in our history, and I've seen that grow over the decades now, really. And I see especially in Northumberland County, you know, it's an older county. It's an older area. It's the Gunshot Treaty area to our south. It's one of the first areas settled after the American Revolution, and I see now all these decades and generations later that there's a real respect for what we're trying to attempt and what we're trying to do, and so I want to say thank you, and I want to honor the relations that I developed with the county and with my colleagues in the surrounding townships, with various agencies and entities that I've had dealings with. I just want to say thank you for making it an honor to work alongside people. Miigwech.